Good evening to you from Bloomington Ice Garden. Ready for the first of two here on Friday Night Ice on the Youth Hockey Hub. Our Shakedown Cruise Junior Varsity matchup between the Rogers Royals in the light jerseys and the St. Thomas Academy Cadets in the dark. Ready to get this game underway. Connor Thomas in goal to our left for Rogers. And Terrell Olson in goal to our right for St. Thomas Academy. Varsity game will feature number 1 versus number 6 in our Youth Hockey Hub Class AA rankings. We are underway here, playing the St. Thomas Academy zone behind the goal. And McCray O'Connor plays around on the near side. It's come through over the line. Chase Russ knocked off the puck, loose in front. And the Royals will regain possession. And down the far side they come. Cade Mickelson, 36, hits the line. Takes a shot, split save Olsen, and the puck goes behind the goal. Off to the near side, and the Royals try to poke at it, and they do manage to wrap it around behind the net through Brody Netzinger. Then they finish their line change, and St. Thomas Academy tries to come out, and they angle out towards center ice. Played on into the zone by Nate Williams, and Rogers will pick it up there. Now here's a shot, and that winds up deflecting off the traffic, off the stick of Brody Caswell, number 20 for St. Thomas Academy. They come off the wall, a shot, save, Caswell on the rebound, takes the shot, and the goaltender Thomas takes that one high, but managed to stop it. And it goes behind the net. St. Thomas Academy buzzing, and here's a shot. That's loose in front as the puck came off Oliver Marvin's stick, drive from the point, but Caswell is blocked. It's all action in the Rogers zone, and finally it's under the glove of the goaltender Connor Thomas, and a strong start for St. Thomas Academy. We are just underway, and you look there at the Rogers goaltender Connor Thomas called on early here. Rogers will come into the varsity game 3-0 and ranked number 1. And St. Thomas Academy ranked number 6 after winning its first 2 games. Now puck played behind the goal on the near side, and Rogers' Owen Zacher plays up the near wall at the hash mark. They fight for it, and now it winds up along the near wall, picked up there by Simon Zavril, number 40. Centering pass, and a man tied up in front of the net, and the puck is shot just wide as Nate Williams unable to free his stick up for a chance at that centering pass. And Rogers now will play it out to center, and they have a 3-against-3 break. Over the line they come. Here's a shot right on, and a save made off the stick of Logan Moe as Terrell Olson makes the stop. Now you look at Terrell Olson, the goaltender for the Cadets. And a face-off coming up to the left of the Cadets' goal. 12:56 to go in the opening period. As you see on the scoreboard, as presented by Luther Auto tonight. Play back in the right corner. We're going to get a whistle. And the net came off, so we'll get a face-off in the Cadets' zone to the right of the goal. Shots as of now, 3-1 for St. Thomas Academy. Now from the draw, Royals gain possession and can't play it towards the net. Flicked out by Wesley Crack, and now here's a race for it in the Rogers zone, and the Royals will go back behind the net with it. And a hit thrown there by Owen LaRoe against Riley Newman. Puck to the left point, hops off a stick and winds up going wide of the goal finally off a group of players in front of the net. And now picked up on the far wall by Netzinger for Rogers. Pass to center ice is intercepted by McCray O'Connor. And St. Thomas Academy will try to get some rhythm here. Now the puck winds up in the right corner of the zone, and Rogers gaining possession. Netzinger up the wall and can't play it to the point. Finally it goes out of play, and we'll get a stoppage with just under 3 minutes gone in this opening period. Shots are still 3-1. St. Thomas Academy varsity played Tartan in its first game, won 15-1. After 2 games, they've already got 18 players with points on the varsity roster, so a high-powered group, certainly. Now, behind the goal, here comes St. Thomas Academy up the near wall. Outlet pass to center. Turned back by Braden Lorentzen. Now played back into the right corner. Cadets there. Kelly tries to go up the wall and can't. They'll have to retreat behind the net. Now they'll try the near side. Sam McNellis. And Rogers able to slow up that breakout. Now McNellis again, rink wide at center ice, bouncing puck. Finally McNellis will carry it over the line for the Cadets as he is pushed in against the wall, goes down, gets back up, and then lost it in the slot. Finally played out to center, and the Royals back. Here's Newman. Riley Newman playing it in right onto the goaltender, and a rough ride there for the Rogers forward. And we'll get a face-off again in the St. Thomas Academy zone. Now from the draw, loose in the circle, finally poked down into the corner where Kreck will go after it for the Cadets. Now here they come. Ebner over the line, Philip Ebner trailing across the slot, takes the shot, blocker save Thomas off to the near boards. Now played around behind on the far side, and the Cadets chase Russ. And finally out to center. Now flip back in. Far side, and after it is Zacher for the Royals. Clears around on the boards, and now Dylan Keogh out to center ice. Banked off the wall, and Keogh gets it back for Rogers, plays it into the zone, and then heads for the benches. Rogers finishes a change, and Ebner spinning there for the Cadets. Now played to center off his skate and back into the Rogers zone. Evan Bucher, number 38, plays it out to center. Williams. Nate Williams, angled pass for Russ, and he plays it over the line, then headed off. Pass picked off by Netzinger, and Rogers tries to go back up the near side. Pass too far for Zacher at center, but carrying on. Here's Netzinger over the line, weaves to the right, sharp angle, takes the shot, and scores! Oh, a pretty play there by Brody Netzinger for Rogers. At 4 minutes and 45 seconds of the first period, we have our first goal of the night, and Rogers has this early lead. Netzinger with a goal. And Rogers leads at 1-0. Wound up beating the goaltender to the short side there. As you look at the replay, forced wide right from the faceoff circle and wound up going over the shoulder. Not much room there. And well-placed shot. First goal of the game goes to Rogers, and here they come again. They have a 2-on-1 in deep, centering pass, shot, and a save made by Olsen as they came across, and Caleb Nichol had a very good opportunity and was not able to solve the goaltender, so we stay 1-0 and a face-off coming up in the St. Thomas Academy zone. Shots now even at 4 in this game as Rogers has rebounded from the early strong start by the Cadets. We're hoping for a good crowd for the varsity matchup here tonight. Centering pass, bouncing puck, shot, Olsen saves, loose in front, and it comes up the slot, picked up there by Peyton Bowers, who takes a shot, and that goes wide. Off to the far side, Cadets trying to find a way out, and they will carry the puck to the half wall, but then it's played back in deep by Rogers, and it comes to the left point. Sawyer Canning with it, taking a shot. Blocker save, Olsen off to the far side. The goal scorer, Netzinger, after it. Now play to the left point and down, finally behind the goal. Rogers will pick it up. Shanson plays it, and it stays along the near wall, finally bounces out to center. Let's get the announcement. Unassisted goal for Netzinger at 4:45.
43 seconds.
And now
that's the Royals. Netzinger
cleared
unassisted at 6:43.
As we hear the dulcet tones of Robin Cook, the world's greatest PA announcer. Now the puck out to center and down the line. Here comes St. Thomas Academy. Bushlack forced wide there by Cone Hochstetter, 22. And now off to the boards. And the Cadets throw it behind the net. No one there. And controlled by Canning. Cleared around on the boards. Can't get it up the wall. Finally, it's tipped by Lorenzen, and it comes out to center. Lorenzen working to the right. Number 10 plays it into the zone. Picked off at the defense. And now St. Thomas Academy will saucer a pass up the near wing. Russ laying it ahead. Ebner over the line. Got a man breaking for the slot. Ebner takes the shot, and it winds up deflecting, and it goes into the netting over the glass and out of play. Face-off, 8:40 to go in the first period. A 1-0 lead for Rogers. Netzinger unassisted at 4:45 of the first period. And finally, back into the left corner. Bucher plays it around to the near side, and Rogers will try the glass this time. Bouncing puck. O'Connor can't hold it. Here's a 2-on-1 with a trailer for Rogers. Defenders scrambling to get back up the wing. Here's a shot, a centering pass. And it's put right into the pads of the goaltenders. Logan Moe came across. And Olsen able to get across and make the stop and get the stoppage for St. Thomas Academy. Has had some hard stops over the last 3-4 minutes. Shots now 5-4 Rogers. Marvin on for the face-off against Dylan Keogh, and we get a face-off. They're going to do it again. Without the Rogers centerman this time as Moe comes in to draw. In the circle, centering pass fed through to the far side, and now the Cadets to the far side, and we'll play it on into the Rogers zone, rings the boards behind the net. Zacher off to the near wall, but the forecheck pinches that off. Now banked off the glass, and it's held in by Kreck and played it down from the left point. Zacher behind the goal for Rogers, chips it off the wall to himself, then tries to backhand one ahead on the far side for Moe, and they relay it out to center. Now St. Thomas Academy's Bushlack over the line. Check that Kreck. And Kreck looking to center it. It comes all the way through, and it's picked off there by Shanson for the Royals. Long pass up the middle, and it bounced on Netzinger, and that's going to be icing. They tried to get the flyer behind the St. Thomas Academy defense. We come up on the halfway mark of the first period. A 1-0 lead for Rogers on Netzinger's goal at 4:45. Left corner. Bowers reverses around the wall, and here is a 2-on-1 for Rogers. And Shanson shoots and put it over the top, and it winds up off to the near side, so no shot on frame, and St. Thomas Academy will ice the puck. And now we'll get a stoppage with 7:23 to go in the opening period. I'll be joined by the one and only Tony Scott for the varsity game. We even watch some hockey sometimes when Tony and I call a game together. We spend a lot of time telling stories, and I wind up learning a lot of things from the man who knows all and tells only some. A face-off to the left of Olsen, and the Cadets goal to the right point. A shot, and that goes wide to the far post as taken there by Peyton Bowers. Now up the slot it comes. Here's a shot. Oh, and a much more difficult save there as Nickel put one low to the left corner, and the Royals now will regroup and carry over the line. It's 1 against 3. And the Royals regroup, and over the line they come. They stay on side as Riley Newman comes in on the backhand and knocked away. Here's Netzinger. Cross ice pass into the circle, and a sharp angled shot. Save Olsen. Chance there for Bowers. They're not scared to put it on goal wherever they are. And here's a shot that's deflected. It goes wide. Ryan rebound in front as Mickelson took the initial shot, and then there was a scramble in front of the St. Thomas goal. Cadets back in over the line. Here's a chance for Chase Russ, and it goes behind the goal. Now Rogers again. They'll ice the puck to get a stoppage here with 6:27 to go in the first period, and a 1-0 lead for the Royals. Opening night for Friday Night Ice. Excuse me. 3 of those nights on the calendar this year, and we're going to head up to Hibbing for our last one this year. One of my favorite buildings, the old Memorial. Comes to the near side from the faceoff, and Rogers behind the net. Newman having trouble, lost possession. Bank pass off the wall, and here's Pekovsky shooting. Saved by Thomas, and now it's to the right of the goal, and Rogers will clear around behind the net for Orwig, and then he will flip one to center ice. Now here's a race for it as Rogers, Lorenzen didn't give up, and now he causes trouble in the zone. The puck comes away, and Rogers sends forward to the net, and now a centering pass finds no one, and it winds up off the side wall as Rogers broke in there in a big way, but was not able to find a way to the front of the net. Now behind the goal, Royals looking to center it. Orwig in traffic. Now fed off to the far. Thomas Academy's Ebner plays out to center, and he will shoot it in, and he gets underneath it and just about took out our camera on the left side. Tom looks none the worse for wear, though, so I think we're going to be okay, and he's pointing out where the puck is to the folks in the stands that are searching for it. Face off outside the St. Thomas Academy blue line, 5:33 to go in the first. And out to center. Rogers in possession, and here's Young trying to steal it. Comes over the line, and he's offside. So we're going to face off out of neutral. 5:26 now in the opening period. Jeff Pappas with you tonight, and we'll be all season long for Friday Night Ice here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Tomorrow night, we're right back here on this ice with the opener. Holy Family in Roseville. That's another 7 o'clock start here in Bloomington. Now the puck played out to center ice, and Zacher controls and shoots it in for Rogers. Winds up behind the goal. And the Cadets try the near side. Loose to the hash mark, and there's a shot that goes off Olsen from Zacher and behind the net. Rogers retains control, and there's a shot that had the goaltender off balance from Moe, but it whistled wide of the net. Now it goes back behind the net, and Rogers putting on a good shift here as it comes to the right edge. A centering pass. It's underneath the goaltender. The shot taken by Dylan Rookie, number 31 for Rogers, looking for a second goal, and Olsen again has to make a close-in stop. Face-off coming up to the right of the Cadets' goal. 4:55 now to play in the first period. From the draw, here's a shot, and it went wide of the outstretched glove of the goaltender on the near side. Now played towards the right point, and Netzinger centers it, and it's intercepted. Backhanded pass to center ice for the Cadets, and Marvin couldn't latch onto it. As it's played back into the Cadets zone, and it winds up behind the net. Players from both teams go in. Netzinger with a forecheck, using his back part, and it winds up running up the slot and finally banked on out to center ice and relayed back in by Bowers. As, again, St. Thomas Academy has to chase the puck. 4:20 to go in the first. Played to the high slot. Rogers trying to control, and then a blind pass is an open wing, and over the line comes Crotto. Quentin Crotto to the slot. Poke checked off his stick, and now the Royals will feed it ahead. And back out to center, where it's picked up by O'Connor. Now loose, and back into the zone, and O'Connor again. Sidesteps F1, comes to center, backhands a pass ahead, and now it's loose at center ice as Chase Russ lost it, trying to play it in. Now a shot from outside the blue line, turned aside by Thomas, and controlled finally in the near corner by Oliver Marvin. Cleared around to the far side. Orwig for Rogers will play it ahead and out to center. Tapped at there by Lorenzen, but couldn't get any purchase. Now back into the Rogers zone as we hit 3.5 to go in the first period. And here's Bowers playing it up the wall. Now runs loose in the slot, controlled by Lorenzen. He lays it out to center ice. And again, Pakowski for the Cadets feeds to the far side. Over the line, Gotch winds and fires and missed wide to the near side. And Russ relays it back down behind for the Cadets. And here's Bowers coming to the end of his shift to Orwig up the wall. And now Lorenzen can't get it ahead, and Rogers finally will ice the puck. And they will wave off icing, and Rogers will get its line change anyway. Less than 3 minutes now to go in the period, and there's a hit thrown by Hochstetter behind the net for Rogers. And out to center. And now finally played on into the Cadets zone. A swipe there by Keogh. And now it winds up in the left corner. And Cadets in a one-on-one battle there, won by Logan Moe. He goes behind the net, centers it, and here's a follow-up shot. And Hochstetter wound up putting it wide. Now it comes out to center. Here's Hochstetter again. And he meets the glass as the puck comes on into the zone, but it's offside, and we'll get a face-off. With 2:21 to play in the opening period. Shots are 9-7 for Rogers as we're off to a good start on our junior varsity tilt. 2:21 to go in the opening session. Here's Hochstetter from the faceoff over to the far side, and it's shot on in right to Olsen, and another stoppage coming. From the draw, clean win for the Royals. Hochstetter at the right point takes the shot, changed direction, and wound up going over the top. And now the Cadets on the far side will carry out to center ice, cutting towards the middle. And finally fanning on the shot was Marvin. He did everything but shoot it. As the puck comes up the slot, a turnover, and now here's a chance for the Cadets down low as Williams looks to center. No one home, comes to the right point and finally played around behind the net. Less than 2 minutes now in the first period. Colin Hochstetter in the right corner. And now it's cleared all the way down the ice, and it is going to go right on goal. So there is no icing, and we'll get a stoppage back in the Cadets zone. 1:39 to go. And the draw will come to the left of Terrell Olson. Play to the left corner from the face-off. 2 against 1 in the corner, and Rogers plays it down behind the net, chasing after it Lorenzen, who's done a nice job up front. It's cleared to the line and finally out. Lorenzen again tries to sidestep a check, but carrying on for Rogers is Newman. And then he can't get over the line either. Now the Cadets break down the far wing, and over the line they come. Young tries to play it to the front of the net, takes a shot, and Thomas is there to make the save. We'll get a face-off. This time on the Rogers zone. Cadets got 3 of the first 4 shots in this game, and it's been 10-5 Rogers ever since. Now O'Connor at the left point. Plays it down the wall. And the Cadets trying to find some space on the perimeter here as we hit the last minute of the first period. Now here's a chance in the high slot, right on, and a save by number 39, Owen Beam. And we'll get a face-off again to the left of the Rogers goal. Less than a minute to go in the first period of this one. From the draw, it's pulled between the point men. It comes back out to center ice, and here's a race for it. And Casio plays across to the right. Now over the line, here's Ebner. And we get a whistle. We're going to get our first penalty of the game. And it is going to be a slash as the St. Thomas Academy player Ebner had the stick slashed out of his hands, and the Cadets will go to the power play.
Rogers, number 38, 2 minutes for slashing.
And that's Evan Bucher. And the time of the goal, 14 minutes and 15 seconds to the opening period. And a power play for St. Thomas Academy, their first. And it's immediately cleared back behind the goal. It'll be about a minute and 15 seconds of split power play if they can't score in the remaining 25 seconds of the first period. And now over to the near side. Sweep check there by Hochstetter, winds up in front of the goal, and it's cleared. And Casio will have to come back for it. He's in a race there now with Netzinger, and Netzinger almost won it. Finally 10 seconds to go, and now the Cadets try the near side. Here's Russ hitting the Rogers line. They got 4 back, and a shot right on. A glove save there by Thomas with just under 4 seconds to go. We'll get a face-off in the Rogers zone. It'll come up to the right of goaltender Connor Thomas. And St. Thomas Academy's pulled its goaltender. So 3.6 seconds to go, and they got 6 skaters. From the draw, Casio takes the shot. It's off the defense, bounces. Here's a drive by O'Connor at the buzzer, and that's the end of the first period. Shots on goal in the first favoring Rogers 11-10, and it's 1-0 on the scoreboard. And we'll take a quick break and come back with our second period next. 1-0 Royals here on Friday Night Ice.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, And best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Back at the Bloomington Ice Garden, ready for the second period. We'll flood the ice after the second intermission here, or during the second intermission. Get ready to start period 2. Rogers leading at 1-0. Minute 15 of power play still available for St. Thomas Academy. Brody Netzinger, only goal of the first period unassisted at 4:45. Shots 11-10 for Rogers. The one penalty against the Royals, Bucher for slashing, and has 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in it, as I mentioned. So we'll start the second period 5-on-4. Teams change ends and attack towards their benches. A reminder to stick around here on our YouTube channel and on the Youth Hockey Hub for the varsity game, Friday Night Ice. Number 1 ranked Rogers against number 6 St. Thomas Academy, Class AA. Jeff Pappas with you with a call tonight. Glad to have you along here on the Hub as we ready for period number 2. Puck down, and it's played back. Hochstetter going into his zone for Rogers, looking for an opening there, and will finally flip the puck high. Comes down to center, and O'Connor has it for the Cadets. Now he takes a shove against the wall, and Gotch plays it ahead and over the line. Here's a chance and a shot. Blocker saved there off Chase Russ. And now it winds up behind the goal. Here's Russ. Well, he didn't get as far as him. Now 54 seconds in the power play. Up the wall it comes, and the Royals poke out to center ice. O'Connor chasing it, and he goes back, and he's harassed there. And finally the Royals will gain possession briefly at neutral ice and play it on in. And now going after it for Rogers is Nykel, and now it's played across to the near side, and Gotch for the Cadets over the line. And a chance, and a shot, and a goal. Boy, that was a quick strike. And St. Thomas Academy has tied the score. We'll take a look at the replay. And a top shelf snipe there by Chase Russ. And it's 1-1 after 42 seconds of the second period. It is a power play goal. So we're even at 1. Now played back into the Rogers zone. We'll get the goal.
Number 8, Chase Russ. Assisted by number 15, Liam Gotch. Time of the goal, 42 seconds.
Gotch with the assist.
Russ on the power play for Gotch at 42 seconds.
Now St. Thomas Academy behind the goal. Plays up the near side. Williams winds up back behind. And the Royals try to hold in Quinn Collish, number 40. Puck comes out to center. And then it's shot rink wide back into the St. Thomas Academy zone. And finally, the battle moves to center ice. Now picked up by Jack Kelly, 37, into the center circle. Marvin over the Rogers line. Now fed towards the near side. Centering pass for the late man, and is now off to the far wall. Pekovsky has it there. Tries to weave in front. Does. Shoots. And the goaltender out to block the puck with the stick flat on the ice, and it winds up played back into the Cadet zone. And again, St. Thomas Academy starting quickly as they did in the first period. Of course, they had a power play to help with that, but now it's played back into the Rogers zone. And Bowers now loose into the left corner, finally around behind the net. Cadets finishing a line change as the puck comes out to center. And trying to play it ahead is Bushlack. Can't get it into the zone, and now they'll weave on in over the line, and Young can't get it to his stick blade to shoot. Now here's a drive from the wing boards that comes all the way across the ice. Here's a shot right on, and a save made as Kreck tried his luck from just above the dot to the goaltender's right, and we'll get a face-off. And St. Thomas Academy's had all 5 shots on goal in the opening 2:17 of the second period in this 1-1 tie. From the draw, Rogers picks it up, pass to the near side, and here's a race for it, trying to sweep it ahead. Netzinger going in, and he almost won that battle. Finally, Castle pushed it behind the net at the last second, and they'll play for it now in the far corner. Ends up behind the net, and Rogers, Shanson plays it to the left point. Bucher across to the right point. Shot, right on, save, rebound is under the goaltender, and the whistle blows as Zacher took the initial shot from the right point, and it was left there in front of the net for his teammates to whack away at, and we get a stoppage. That's Shanson on the draw for Rogers. Comes to the right point, and he pulls it past Zacher and out to center ice. Zacher goes the short way up the wall, and that's picked up there by Sam McNellis and played to the blue line, now brought into the zone and offside coming when the puck is touched. And Caden Weimer puts his team offside through no fault of his own on a face-off out at neutral. So we come up on 3 minutes gone in the second period. 1-1 the score. Netzinger for Rogers. Chase Russ on a power play for St. Thomas Academy. And now Rogers tries the middle and is tipped on into the zone, wide of the goal by Caleb Nickel. He goes after it there. Now it turns into a scrum behind the goal, and now the Cadets play up the wall and out to center. Zacher turns and shoots it right back in. Here's O'Connor. Now they try to play it up the wall. And it's stolen in front. Here's a shot. They score! Netzinger picked up a loose puck through a screen. Finds the way home, and it's 2-1 Rogers at 3:24 of period number 2. Second goal of the game for Netzinger. He has both his team's goals. And we'll take a look. Here's the play on the boards. 3 blue shirts in the wall, and then a screen in front of the net. And Netzinger shot through the screen and found the back of the net, and it's 2-1 Rogers. We'll wait for Robin's announcement here on the assists.
Rogers goal scored by number 6, Brody Netzinger, his second of the game, unassisted.
So he's got 2 unassisted goals for Rogers. The puck played around behind the goal by Lorenzen, comes to the near side. And another turnover down low. Here's a shot, and that hit might have gone off the goaltender and over the top from Riley Newman, and now the puck loose along the wall as Orwig tries to play it in front, and now St. Thomas Academy's Gotch plays to center. That's picked off, and over the line, here comes Newman again. Poke checked away by Kelly to the far boards, and now played on out to center. And a long poke check there, and St. Thomas Academy offsides. We'll get a face-off. 10:52 now to go in the second period. Netzinger unassisted at 3:24. Marvin on the face-off against Dylan Rookie, and now it's controlled by the Cadets. Williams comes over the line. The defense collapses on him, gets to the outside. Now picked up by Hochstetter, who rubs him out in the corner, and controlled by the Cadets. Marvin now down low, looking to center it off the defender. Mickelson played that well. Mickelson feeds it up the wall, banked ahead by Kalash, and now here's a race for it. And the St. Thomas Academy defender will get there first and play it back out to center. Hochstetter has it there for Rogers. Pass up the left wing, tipped ahead by Keogh, and now a race for it. And played ahead by Nate Williams. Blake gave it away in front. Here's a shot. Oh, and boy, Keogh had a good idea there. Wound up putting it short side, up high, and was not able to put it on goal. But those turnovers in the defensive zone are really starting to hurt for St. Thomas Academy. Now they'll try again to come out. Cassell plays over to the far side. And now played behind the goal. Kreck over to the near side. Now they try up the middle. And here's a pass at center, picked off by Netzinger. Now fed over to the right, and Rogers will try again. Pass in the center circle, tipped at there by Shanson and played back into the zone. And finally, the Cadets will play it all the way down the ice. So we get an icing call with 9:32 left in the second and a 2-1 lead for the Royals here in our junior varsity game. Face-off coming up to the right of Terrell Olson. And a face-off one. Canning shoots. Save Olson off to the near side. Now behind the net, the Cadets' Jung comes around to the far side. Sweep check there will not do much good as the puck comes out to center ice. And here's Canning for Rogers, banking it in off the wall. And after it there is O'Connor for the Cadets. Forecheck there by Nichol. And now played but not out. Centering pass, stopped in front. They score! Another turnover. And again, Rogers finds the goal to make it 3-1. And a terrific play by Netzinger in front of the goal. He's got a hat trick, and it comes at 5:55. If you look at the replay, there's the pass in front. He stopped it and get back onto his forehand at 5 minutes and 55 seconds, and it's 3-1 Rogers. All 3 goals for Netzinger. But another turnover. Trying to break out of the zone, and St. Thomas Academy having trouble there.
Scored line number 6, his 3rd of the game, Brody Netzinger. Assisted by number 29, Peyton Bowers, and number 9, Caleb Nichol.
Bowers and Nichol get assists on the goal. It's 3-1 Rogers, and now the Royals back out again. Over the line, Newman. That's broken up, and now over the line comes Ebner. He is knocked to his knees. Puck now loose in the high slot area. And the Royals clear, but it's picked up at center, and St. Thomas Academy will recycle possession. Pass off to the left as Gotch goes after it. He's having trouble against the wall, and now Rogers will rink wide one back into the Cadets zone to the right. After it there is Kelly. Was behind the goal. See if they have any better luck getting out here. They've had 2 turnovers trying to break out, and they both wound up in their net here in the second period. And now here is Williams on the turn for St. Thomas Academy at center. Plays it on into the zone. As we come up on the halfway mark of this contest in about 30 seconds, it's 3-1 Rogers here on the Youth Hockey Hub. Picked up by O'Connor, and over the line he comes. O'Connor to the backhand, cuts to the forehand, and then fans at the moment of truth, and the puck picked up, and here comes Rogers back. Logan Moe, and he will crisscross over the line with Bucher, and he throws it in front, and the defender put it on goal, and it came up the slot. Boy, an alert stop there by Olson as the defender trying to deflect the pass, wound up putting it right into the pad of the goaltender, and it's loose along the wall. And here, St. Thomas Academy tries the near side again, and Nate Williams, and he is met against the boards by Hochstetter. And now it winds up behind the goal, and the Cadets trying to feed the point. Kreck can't hold it, and here comes Rogers back, 2 against 2, as Logan Moe flips it into the zone. Finally, the Cadets feed down the left wing, pass over the line, and here they come with McNellis. And a centering pass steered behind the goal by Mickelson, the defenseman, up the wall, and now it bounces to the slot, and there's a Rogers turnover, and it winds up golfed wide by McNellis. Now to the right point, here's Beam. Takes the shot, loose in front. There's a scramble for it, and finally picked up and cleared by the Royals, and it'll go all the way down the ice for an icing call with 6:45 to go. And as they did in the first period, Rogers has rebounded from an early St. Thomas Academy run. Shots are now even at 16. And a face-off coming up to the right of the Rogers goaltender, Connor Thomas. From the point, here's a shot, and that's deflected wide off Cashill's stick. Now a shot from the boards is off the goaltender's glove and behind. Hochstetter for Rogers, spinning there in the right corner. Now playing over on the near side, and the Royals try to pick their way out up the middle. They do get the puck to center, and here's Orwig over the line, and he will crisscross, and the wing able to stay on side. Orwig gets to the corner and then try to drop pass. It was picked off by Caden Weimer, now fed to the right, and Rogers trying to hold the zone at the right point as Lorenzen tries to dig it out and can't. Now played back in and behind the net. And Pakovsky now picked up and played to the left corner. And here is Caden Weimer, and he clears, and it's going to hop the defender's stick and come out to center. Canning feeds over to the near side, and Rogers now will play it ahead. And finally shot right back to their blue line. Under 6 minutes to go. And now tipped on into the zone, and going after it for Rogers is Keogh, and he is knocked in against the wall. And gets up. Williams on the near wall. Pinching there is Young, and the puck bounces up the slot, and Rogers able to play it back through Moe to the wing boards. Rookie centers it, and it's picked up in front by the Cadets. Now loose in the slot area, and out to center it comes. And here comes Marvin. He's over the line. Marvin tried to return it in front, and it wound up going off the defender before it got to Connor Thomas, who was going to have to make a spectacular save to keep that puck out of the net. Now back into the Cadets zone, and here's Kelly. As we are down to just over 5 minutes now to play in the period. The puck comes out to center ice, and the Cadets. Williams over the line. Nate Williams takes a shot. Save made by Thomas off to the boards. Now here's Pakovsky playing it to the circle, and a shot, and that goes wide. Comes to the near wall. Getting it there is Kelly. Throws it back in front. Bounding puck, they score! Zavarol for St. Thomas Academy, and it's 3-2 as that time was a good shift by St. Thomas Academy from word one to word last, and they score at 10 minutes and 9 seconds of the second period. Each team has scored twice in the second. It's now 3-2 as you look at the replay. Johnny on the spot there, Zavarol, and it's now 3-2. Wait for the announcement on the goal.
St. Thomas Academy Cadets goal scored by number 40, Simon Zavarol. Assisted by number 37, Jack Kelly. Time of the even strength goal, 10 minutes and 9 seconds.
All right, Kelly gets the only assist at 10:09. 4:33 to go in the period. We got a 3-2 Rogers lead. The puck comes in front, and it leaks onto the goaltender. We'll get a stoppage as Olsen gets the glove down on it. The faceoff coming up. 4:27 now to go. Good back and forth stuff. If the varsity game is this good, we'll be in for a nice night. And you have every reason to believe that it will be. Played back behind the goal. Cashill up the near side. Almost stripped of the puck, but plays it out to center, and now the Cadets. That's Bushlack shooting it on in. Gonna go behind the goal, picked up there by Bucher for Rogers. Sidesteps a hit, but can't clear the puck. Now a drive from the left point, and that winds up going wide as the puck came over to Cashill and now out to center. Excuse me, that was O'Connor. Now the puck picked up by O'Connor on the half wall, cuts in, gets to the dot, closes, centers, and it goes through to the near side. And now Rogers trying to find a way to get out. Here's a shot that sails wide of the far post by Kreck. And now Nickel goes down along the far boards, and Rogers could use a stoppage as the puck picked up by O'Connor, gets to the circle, takes the shot, and that goes wide. Comes around to the near side. Here's Kreck. Another good shift for the Cadets. Puts it in front of the net, and it's sticked away to the corner. Now back behind the net. And Crotto trying to find space in front. And now puck runs up the slot, picked up there, and O'Connor puts it wide of the goal. Rogers needs a stoppage here with 3:09 to go. Puck comes off to the near boards. A lot of heavy legs over there wearing the light uniforms. Now a centering pass comes to the left side, and here's a shot loose in front, and the rebound is cleared as Casio with the initial shot now feeds it across to the right. Here's a drive right on, and now they get the stoppage as Owen Beam from the right point takes a shot, and Connor Thomas is there to make the stop. 3-2 for the Royals, but Rogers just kind of ran out of gas on that shift. And very good pressure by the Cadets looking for a tying goal. 2:52 to go until we get a break and a resurface. Now behind the net, Mickelson plays it up the near side. Rogers with some fresh legs out there anyhow. As it's picked up and played out to center ice. Beam shoots it right back to the line. And now Rogers in control to the near side. Here's Orwig playing to center. That's in the skates of Ebner and relayed deep by Mickelson. On to the far side. And the Royals now will try to clear to the near side and pursuing his own pass. Lorenzen now comes up to the wall and out to center. Williams, and he's tied up from behind by Newman. Puck loose at the blue line, and we get a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be a hold, and it is going to go against Riley Newman for Rogers. He had his man tied up pretty good. 12:54 So another power play for St. Thomas Academy, 1 for 1 so far. Face-off coming up. And St. Thomas Academy again in control. They've been the dominant force in the second half of this period. Here's a shot that might have caught a piece of the goaltender as O'Connor put it on goal. Now off to the near side. O'Connor trying to hold at the point as Lorenzen is on him. Now it comes to the circle and played behind the net as St. Thomas Academy sets up its power play. Centering pass, O'Connor sidesteps around a forechecker, comes to the high slot, and now feeds off to the left point, gets it back 1x1, and a save made. Follow-up shot, and that goes wide. The point men working well there as Brody Casso with a chance. Now O'Connor goes back to the near circle, and now played beside the net. And here's Marvin with it. Minute 20 to go in the period. Now fed over to Cassill in the slot. One-timer O'Connor steps right into it, and a save made by Thomas, and we'll get a face-off in the Rogers end with 1:14 left, 1:08 to go in the power play. And Rogers holds that 3-2 lead. Now from the draw, cleared around behind. 1:10 to go. Royals trying to hold it up against the wall as Netzinger, who has all 3 of their goals out there on the penalty kill now. As we hit the last minute,
in the second period, 1 minute.
Trying to swipe the puck away. Now it winds up to the right point. O'Connor goes down into the circle. Here's a shot and a save made as Chase Russ tried to shoot through a screen, and a stop made by Connor Thomas. So a face-off with 51 seconds to go in the period, and Rogers has been outshot in the second period 14-6 now, as 6 shots have resulted in 2 goals, but territorially it's been a St. Thomas Academy period. Now the puck is played ahead and down the ice by Bowers, and going after it is Nykel in the corner. He is rubbed out. Now a pass to center, and here they come. Gotch hits the line. Gotch working against Zacher, lost the puck. Winds up along the boards and played ahead and all the way down the ice. 20 seconds of power play left for St. Thomas Academy as Cassill clears and now comes down the far side. Over the line, and it's offside. Not by much. That was a tight call, and Cassill, I don't think, was too thrilled with it, but it's whistled down at the blue line with 18.5 to go in the second period. 12 seconds left in the penalty against Newman. 2 penalties in the game, both to Rogers. And from the draw, loose at the blue line and out to neutral. Here's Marvin with it. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Penalized player standing up in the box, and now back on. So Rogers at full strength. 4 seconds to go in the period. Here's a shot right on, and a scramble. They score, but the referee had blown it dead. So there's no goal, and Williams, who I think had the last touch on it, is having a discussion there with a Rogers player, but the whistle had gone, so no goal. And as we take a look at the replay, here's Kelly taking the shot, deflected down by Marvin at the left edge. Now it's in front, and that looked like a good goal for Zavril, but the referee had lost sight of it and blew it dead. So we'll get a face-off to the right of the Rogers goal with 1.5 seconds to go, and that's it for the second period. And St. Thomas Academy has climbed back into it, but still trails Rogers after 2 periods of play. 3 goals to 2. 15 shots in the second period for St. Thomas Academy. 2-period total of 25. 6 for Rogers. 2-period total of 17. Netzinger has all 3 for Rogers. Russ and Zavril for the Cadets here in the second period, and that's where we stand, 3-2. We'll take a break while they resurface and come back for the third period next. This is Friday Night Ice here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from. To wear your school's colors. Working one-on-one with coaches. And best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from. To wear your school's colors. Working one-on-one with coaches. And best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from. To wear your school's colors. Working one-on-one with coaches. And best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow. You do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow. You do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. Well, no. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow. That was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow. You do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Tonight's Gardens.
They'll tell you,
Working left to right in the third period, leading it
if you stay and play high school hockey,
for Brody Netzinger.
you won't make it to the next level.
Wide pass into the Rogers zone. Come off the the goaltender Connor Thomas and behind the net. Shots 25-17 through 2 periods favoring St. Thomas Academy, including 15-6 in the second period of play. Now puck winds along the boards towards the near side. St. Thomas Academy trying to find a way out. They made 2 turnovers in the second period. Both of them wound up in their net, and they can fix that, then be in for quite a finish here at Bloomington Ice Garden tonight. In the first of 2, varsity game coming up right after this one. Now played into the zone, and Thomas leaves it for Cade Mickelson in the right corner for Rogers. He goes down on a check from Chase Russ, and out to center. Here's Rogers trying to find room for Netzinger behind the net, and now it winds up in the corner, and a sharp angled shot by Jack Kelly winds up off the goaltender. And Rogers now will come out on the near side, and Hochstetter is forced back. Good work there by Zavril. Finally, Hochstetter will bank it ahead to center ice. Lorenzen tips it into the zone, and it's picked up by number 37, Kelly, back into the zone. He loses out, and a centering pass comes up the slot. Here's a shot. They score! Evan Bucher picked the top corner, and it's 4-2. And again, St. Thomas Academy having trouble getting out of their zone, and Rogers winds up with the goal. As we look at the replay, there it is, picking a corner at 1:30 of the third period, and Rogers, which has not trailed in this game, now leads 4-2. From center, it's shot on into the zone by Newman.
Assisted by number 10, Braden
Lorenzen gets the assist. And now it comes out to center, and the Cadets with some work to do, trailing by 2, played into the zone. Zacher going after it behind the goal for Rogers. Now a stand up there. Zavarol winds up shoving Orwig to the deck, and we get a hand pass called, and we're going to get a face-off all the way back in the St. Thomas Academy zone with 13:04 to go in the third. 4-2 Rogers. Varsity game scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. Rogers with 4 goals on 18 shots against Terrell Olson. And now the puck cleared over the glass and out of play. So we'll get a face-off. Exactly 2 minutes gone in the third period. Jeff Pappas with you with a call. We'll be here with Tony Scott for the second game tonight. Here on the first edition of Friday Night Ice for the brand new high school hockey season here in the state of hockey, as the puck comes up the near wing and finally out to center through Caden Weimer. And now Rogers coming back, a lead pass picked off there by Kretsch, fed up the slot, and now the puck to center, and the Cadets down the far side. McNellis, he's headed off by Bucher, who scored the most recent goal for Rogers. Now a shot from the wing boards, and that's turned away as Ebner tried his luck. Now back out to center, and O'Connor over the line. O'Connor cuts to the slot, gets to the backhand, now has to wheel away right on the blue line, and finally manages to feed the near circle. And here's Weimer putting it in front. That's intercepted. And Rogers back. Netzinger, rink wide pass to center ice, and it's played on in by Shanson. He closes in. Shanson scores, and it's 5-2. Colton Shanson, and again, they're shooting high on Terrell Olson, and Rogers has scored a 5th goal. Colton Shanson has on a 2:57. There's the replay. And the Royals have scored twice in the first 3 minutes of the third period. They are the ones that are coming out strong at the start, and they now have a 3-goal advantage.
Rogers Royals goal scored by number 20, Colton Shanson, unassisted.
Unassisted goal, 3rd unassisted goal of the game for Rogers. Puck cleared around on the near side and laid on out to center, and here comes Netzinger over the line. Netzinger trying to get around the defender, did, now in too deep to shoot and forced down behind the goal. Shanson had a swipe at it, comes to the circle, and now here comes St. Thomas Academy back. They have a 3-on-2. And a centering pass on the backhand, and fanning on the shot was Grady Young. Now picked up by the Royals, and back they come. Banked ahead to center, chasing after it Shanson, but he's at a long shift. And now the puck picked up by the Royals. Shanson will head for the bench, and it's played ahead by Mickelson. Into the zone, steered towards the goal, and chasing after it Pakowski into the corner, and he winds up winning a physical battle up the wall. Follows it up the slot, and now starts the rush at center. Over the Rogers line, poke checked away by Hochstetter as they go to the boards. And then he gets a shove from Pakowski, and the puck into the St. Thomas Academy zone. And we're going to get a penalty here, and it's going to be a cross check, and it's going to go against Sam Pakowski. It's the first penalty against St. Thomas Academy in this game. And a cross check is the call. And it comes at 4 minutes and 57 seconds of the third period. First power play for Rogers in this game, and they lead 5-2. Cleared around on the near side. Hochstetter at the right point. Closing, feeding off to the left side, then gets it back high on the slot. Hochstetter to the near side. And now this is Shanson. Go behind the net. Now it winds up on the left wall. Zacher. Hochstetter to the near circle. Gets it back on a return pass from Shanson. Zacher. Hochstetter. Zacher. And it winds up going off to the corner where it's picked up by Netzinger. Hochstetter. Minute 17 in the power play. Hochstetter bouncing puck. He brings it down. Over to the far side to Owen Zacher, back to Hochstetter. Into the near circle, here's a shot, and it goes wide. As Olsen out to challenge on the shot by Colton Shanson, and we'll get a face-off to the right of the St. Thomas Academy goal. A minute 7 remaining in the power play, and exactly 10 minutes to play in the third period of this game. Cleared around on the face-off towards the right side, and it's picked up there. And played down by Nykel, and now out to center. Nykel winds, fires, and that's off the defender, Crotto, and it comes out to center. Check that, Zavril. And now around on the near side, Caleb Nykel over the line for Rogers. Lost it at the blue line. And Rogers regroups. 37 seconds on their power play, and it's played ahead by Bowers, but lost. And now Bowers gets it back at his blue line. Over to the left. And then backhanded in deep. After it for the Cadets. Castle on the right corner. Clears around on the near side. And getting there first is Newman. Now behind the net. Banked off the wall to the left point. Here's Hochstetter losing it, and it comes out to center. 10 seconds to go in the Rogers power play. Hochstetter let it run off his blade. Has to come back for it at the red line as their power play comes to an end. Pass to the right, and Rogers over the line. Newman. Riley Newman tried to leave a drop in the circle. Comes to the left point, and unable to hold it is Bowers. And here comes St. Thomas Academy. Zavril back over the line. Centering pass. And off to the far side before Russ could get to it. Now loose at the left edge and runs to the front of the net. Backhanded ahead by Kalash for Rogers and out to center ice. O'Connor playing it back in for St. Thomas Academy. Goes to the right corner. Weimer crashing in there after it, but he's 1 against 2. Now back behind the net. They dig it out. Gotch looking to center. Comes towards the right point. Shot by Beam, and it's off the traffic and wide. The near side. 8:15 to play in this game as the puck comes on out to center. O'Connor has it for St. Thomas Academy. And he manages to squirm away from Moe and fed across to the right side. Over the line comes Caden Weimer, and now he lost it in the slot area. Puck runs up the middle and finally picked up, and the Royals will pick it up to center. Here's Logan Moe, 1 against 3. Moe over the line, and predictable outcome there as the puck winds up in the corner. Picked up there by Russ, cleared around on the far side for the Cadets. And Rogers keeping on the pressure. Comes to the right edge of the goal, and now cleared off to the far wall. Chasing after it is Bucher for Rogers. Centering pass picked up now by Chase Russ. Long pass up the middle is too far for Gotch. It goes the length, and that's icing. So we'll get a face-off with exactly 7.5 minutes to go in the third period. A 5-2 lead for Rogers. 3 goals for Brody Netzinger. Singles for Bucher and Shanson here in the third period. They scored goals a minute 27 apart in the early part of this period. Now a scramble for it on the left side, and the Cadets clear rink wide to center. Bucher. Now he is having trouble there. Dispossessed by Bushlack, who takes a shot, and a save made by Thomas. That was a good stop. Now back comes Rogers. Long pass to the right, and Nickel will bring it in, and he gets past a man. He centers it, and they score! Netzinger's 4th goal of the game, and it's 6-2 Rogers. And this is just a nice hustle play here by Nickel as he comes in, sees that he can just lay it off for the easy shot. Caleb Nickel with the assist. And that goal comes at 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Rogers with 3 goals in the third period, and they lead it to 2. Now a long pass. That should be icing. And it is with 6:54 to go.
Rogers' goal scored by number 6, his 4th of the game, Brody Netzinger. Assisted by number 9, Caleb Nickel, and number 38, Evan Bucher. Time of the even strength goal, 7 minutes and 56 seconds.
Bucher's also being given an assist on that goal by Netzinger's 4th of the game. And with 6:54 to go, Rogers leads it by 4. Back behind the goal, loose at the left edge, a centering pass right up the slot, and a shot, follow-up, and a chance there by Lorenzen, and the rebound by Orwig put over the top. And now Lorenzen to the far boards trying to hold the puck in, and now it goes down. Here is Orwig in the corner waiting for help. He centers it, one-time shot, sticked away as the puck came to Mickelson at the left point. Now here comes St. Thomas Academy back. 3 against 4. Over the line, they work it to the slot. Williams shoots, and that's deflected over the top. Winds up behind the net, and the Cadets looking for goals. 6 minutes to go as the puck centered, and it's poked by the goaltender all the way out to center ice. And Pakovsky there off to the far side. Here's O'Connor. Rink-wide pass at center. Over the line, Ebner plays it, and it winds up behind the net. Mickelson goes after it, golfs it around on the boards, and it's tipped out to center. Controlled there by Beam. Over to O'Connor on the near side for St. Thomas Academy. That rings the boards behind the net. Loose to the circle, and Rogers trying to clear it out, but Russ is able to hold up the defender Mickelson. Puck comes in front of the net, and it's poked back to neutral ice. Just over 5 minutes to go as O'Connor backs into his zone for St. Thomas Academy. Now a pass to the middle, and that is intercepted momentarily by Keogh, and over the line come the Cadets. Here's a shot that rises over the top by Ebner. It winds up in the corner. Ebner banks to O'Connor on the wall, and O'Connor replaces him, goes back behind the net, and the Cadets work the perimeter up to the high slot. Here's a shot by Beam, and that winds up deflecting wide. Not much on the shot, and it comes out to center as Keogh is decleated in the zone by Philip Ebner. Puck comes back into the Rogers end with 4:40 to go. Royals in charge 6-2 here as the puck comes down the near wing, tipped on in by Shanson, and it winds up in the left corner. Now up the near side, and here comes St. Thomas Academy. Gotch over the line trying a toe drag. Drop pass left. Russ tries to come in front, has it, comes to the left edge, and the goaltender Thomas stayed with it, got the glove on it, and we got a stoppage with 4 minutes and 19 seconds to play in this contest, and a 6-2 lead for Rogers. St. Thomas Academy has only had 2 shots on goal in the third period. Rogers has done a nice job. Here's a shot, there's a third, and a save made there by Thomas. The puck comes out to center, and now played ahead, trying to break through the middle there is Shanson, and it comes right on to Terrell Olson. We'll get a face-off in the Cadets' end. 4 minutes, 9 seconds to go. I've seen the snazzily dressed Tony Scott and Peter Odney as they Get ready for the pregame show as Friday Night Ice will start in about 8 minutes. Now played back behind the goal, and Pakowski tries to feed it up the wall. It's in traffic there, and now rink wide. Cadets try to break out, and they do bring it to center. Chasing after it is Bucher, and he banks it off the wall to the blue line. And the Cadets have men trapped, and they can't get out in time. It's offside. 3:51 to go. Face off outside the blue line. 3:51 to go. Now played into the Rogers zone. Zacher feeds it across to the left. Bucher out to center. And it's played on into the zone. Chasing after it is Marvin, but getting there first, Owen Zacher in the corner. Plays it around on the wall, and Rogers now will get the puck out to center. And here's a race. Lorenzen trying to get through. And he does. Lorenzen going in. He shoots. He scores. What a goal. Oh, Braden Lorenzen, that was beautiful. Unassisted goal at 11 minutes and 33 seconds. Just a superb individual effort by Lorenzen. Just would not give up on that goal as he was headed off by two defenders, managed to get past both of them, poke the puck in front, and then find a way home to make it 7-2. That was a terrific goal by Lorenzen. So Rogers pulling away in the third period with 4 goals.
By number 10, Braden Lorenzen. Assisted by number 38, Evan Bucher, and number 37, J.R. Orwig.
And they gave 2 assists on that goal, which is a little surprising, but over the line comes Rogers, and they backhand in, and they crash the net. A centering pass there by Logan Moe fails to connect with 3 minutes to go. The Cadets come back down the far side. Mickelson beaten for pace to the outside. Here's a shot right on, and a save made by Thomas against Tommy Bushlack, and we'll get a face-off to the left of the Rogers goal. Rogers 7 goals on 23 shots in this third period, and boy, it's it's as close as the score or not, but Rogers has taken advantage of their chances. Here's a shot that's deflected as Beam tried to put it on goal. Now behind the net with 2:45 to go. Cadets trying to dig it out. O'Connor at the left point takes the shot. That winds up hitting Shanson and going wide. Loose to the wall, and Beam plays it down, rings the boards behind the net. And out to center comes Rogers. A pass, they try to tip it ahead for Nichol, and that didn't work out. Now loose at center, and it's picked up by Young. He's over the line. Forced wide, then turns, tries to throw it back down low, and it goes off of Netzinger over the glass and out of play. Brody Netzinger with 4 goals in this game for Rogers. Singles for Bucher, Shanson, and Lorenzen. So we have 2:11 to go in the third period. Now the puck comes up the slot, and St. Thomas Academy pulls one back as Sam McNellis cut across the slot and scores with 2:07 to go, so 12:53. McNellis with the goal for St. Thomas Academy, and it is 7-3. And now back comes Russ over the line. That's poked away, and Rogers comes back. Orwig over the line, playing it in deep.
Goal scored by number 32, Sam McNellis. Assisted by number 14, Philip Ebner, and number 8, Chase Russ.
Assist going to Ebner and Russ.
12 minutes and 53 seconds.
Minute 45 to go. Rogers on top 7-3 as the puck played down into the corner, hops the stick of the forward Newman. Now it winds up out towards the left point. Bucher playing it down the wall. It's at the right edge in front, and now it's cleared behind the net as St. Thomas Academy dodging another Rogers chance there as the puck comes out to center. Long pass cut out in the center circle, but carrying on for the Cadets. Ebner shooting it in. Comes off the inboards, and Thomas sticks it behind the net with 1:15 left And here's Russ on the backhand. Tries to bring it in front. Bucher knocks it away, and Russ keeps on circling the net. Just over a minute to go. Russ shifts and plays it back down the other way. As we hit the last minute of play, Ebner trying to play it down the wall and did. Bushlack banks it to O'Connor. And now it's loose at the point. Finally down the wall and flipped ahead by Bucher and out to center. Here's a race for it as Moe goes after it, but he's beaten there by Owen Beam for the Cadets. 40 seconds to go as the puck loose in the St. Thomas Academy zone. Finally cleared on out to center ice and controlled by Bucher, who shoots it right back in. And now St. Thomas Academy, a long pass out to center ice. It's loose in the center circle. And controlling it is O'Connor over the line. O'Connor with Williams in front of him, peels off. 20 seconds to go. O'Connor then tries to return it for Williams, and he wound up hitting the defender, Bucher, who plays it all the way down. And chasing after it there is Moe, and he will get there, so there's no icing. With 10 seconds to go, play behind the St. Thomas Academy goal, comes up the near side, and now a long rink-wide pass to center. Williams over the line. He throws it in front as the buzzer comes to an end, and Rogers scores 4 goals in the third period. They win this one going away by a score of 7-3, but they do it on only 23 shots on goal. So they had 6 shots in the third period. They scored 4 times. And St. Thomas Academy with 4 shots. They finished with 29 for the game. And the Royals with 23, but 4 goals for Brody Netzinger. And Rogers wins the game by a score of 7-3. We'll take a break, and we will come back with a pregame over on the other stream for Friday Night Ice. Varsity is next. 7-3 Rogers, the final. Enjoyed the first half of Friday Night Ice here on the Youth Hockey Hub.